Oda has already confirmed who will win the fight between Luffy and Kizaru in chapter 178. And the outcome of this fight will announce the beginning of the war against the world government, and it's all because of Vegapunk. Most people seem to have forgotten the true importance of this fight and simply focus on whether Luffy will win or not. But this fight has clear importance, which is why Vegapunk is at the center of this fight, as the only reason why they are fighting is because of him. If Luffy cut sides with Vegapunk, he would be able to leave the island no problem. But classic Luffy, he has involved himself in something that is far deeper than he could ever imagine. As most of Vegapunk's research and innovations didn't upset the world government. In fact, inventions like the Seraphins were reasons why the world government was happy to fund him. But Vegapunk has been messing with something that he shouldn't have, as he did research on the Void Century, and this research is what the government is afraid of, and why they ordered his assassination. In addition, in chapter 178, we learned that something happened on Egghead, which is known as the Egghead Incident, which will shock the world. So what exactly does that mean? What happened in Egghead Island that will end up shocking the world? The answer to this question is quite simple, and it seems like it has been right in front of our eyes this entire time. The world government believes that whatever Vegapunk has been researching about the Void Century was groundbreaking enough for him to be killed and silenced. So what if their fears came to fruition, and the person who they are attempting to kill not only did not die, but lived to tell the tale? And if Vegapunk is still alive, that only means that Kizaru failed and that Luffy beat him. However, some people hate the idea of Luffy winning, saying that he will fall just like Kid and Law, who were all supernovas who ended up losing. So Luffy must follow suit. But Luffy has surpassed this simple title of supernova and has ascended to the ranks of Yonko. And all the Yonkos have won their fight, so I prefer to pick that pattern instead. And Oda has made it quite clear that this is the path that the story will be taking, as we know that there are 3 people who have information that the world government has been trying to hide for years. They are Sabo, Wappo, and Vegapunk. And who else could have the tech necessary to leak this information but Vegapunk, who has said that his goal is to make information accessible to everyone around the world. But I don't think this is what will end up being the Egghead Incident. But it's not like Vegapunk will leak it the day after he ends up escaping from Egghead Island, unless he does end up getting help from Morgan or somebody of the sorts. But what I think will make the mark for the Egghead Island incident would be the death of an admiral, where Luffy defeats Kizaru, resulting in his death. This may seem a bit too much, and I would have agreed in the past. However, we have been presented with multiple new opponents for Luffy: the Gorosei, Imu, and the Celestial Guards. There are multiple people who have to be defeated, so what if it all starts with somebody's death? Just like in World War I, when somebody died first and then the war began. If the grand final war has to happen, I believe that it will start with a bang with somebody like Kizaru who ends up dying. But it's never that simple with somebody like Oda writing, as he always includes twists and turns. And who else to be the best candidate to turn everything upside down than Blackbeard himself? As it has been massively foreshadowed that Blackbeard would meet Luffy again, as he was supposed to meet Luffy in Wano, but for some odd reason he didn't meet him. But just like Marineford, I believe that Blackbeard will come and have the last laugh, and he can actually end up being the reason why Kizaru ends up dying. We saw his ship approaching Egghead, and even if he is not there himself, I believe that there are multiple candidates in the Blackbeard pirates who can come and wreak havoc. Some Blackbeard pirates have devil fruits that may allow them to come and hide themselves, or take somebody else's role and take their identity and the way they look entirely, which may be even more confusing for the Straw Hats and the Marines. So if this 3-way fight with some of the Blackbeard pirates, Luffy, and now the Marines, who would end up winning that fight? The simple answer is I don't know just yet. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below.